Hey guys, and welcome back to Rehab to Wellness Boss podcast, where I teach you, a successful business owner, how to start, build, and grow your successful wellness business. And today I'm going to be talking about a victim mindset and a victim mentality. And man, oh man, over the past 9 years, have I seen in business employees that actually have a victim mentality. And honestly, I see it more and more in our profession because I feel like we went into the profession to really help others. And it's a great environment for us to really delude ourselves in thinking that we don't have personal actions that affect other people. So this episode is diving really deep into victim mentality and showing you what a victim mentality is to help you see if maybe you're experiencing some victim mentality and how you can learn from this mindset and actually grow to be a better employee or better business owner. Now, a victim mentality or mindset may also be called victim syndrome. It can also be called a victim complex. Some people will say you're just playing the victim. And these terms, guys, they can be used interchangeably and they're more widely recognized in the workplace setting. And I want to say probably over the last 5 years, I've just heard them more and more and more. And it finally resonated with me enough to say, hey, you got to call this out in our profession in a loving, caring way and really help people better understand what this victim identity or victim mindset or victim mentality really is. People that hold a victim mentality, mindset, identity, whatever you want to call it, they're actually holding a lot of negative thoughts and they're allowing their emotions to control their lives and their relationships. And you can see this at work. You can see this employee that really blows their lid, or if they don't get their way, they actually are jealous of other people. Or maybe someone got a promotion and they felt like they thought that they should get the promotion. So they're now jealous of everyone and they act out in the workplace. And frankly, they're no fun to be around any of these people. So I hope, guys, that you can take some notes today that you can look inward to see if you're actually this type of person. And if you are, make a change so that pattern that you're forming in your life right now can be broken. And you can really improve so that you can be a great employee, a great friend, a great work associate or business owner. Let's just talk a little bit more about this victim identity. So this identity, what I see and how I can see this in a person is I see this person constantly talk about themselves. Every single client after next, it's the same story. It's whatever you came to work with, you're going to tell every single client that, and that's going to be your topic of conversation that day. And you just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And they also throw others under the bus. So they may, you may come to work and you feel like you're helping a client, but really you're just expressing anger and hurt feelings to your client as a justification of those negative thoughts and emotions that you're thinking in your own mind. And you constantly throw others under the bus and avoid your own personal problems. Now, this mindset leads to feelings that are vulnerability and fear, and it can actually cause a person to choose to avoid seeing their part in the negativity, and they don't see their negativity. They don't see their mindset. It actually leads to them making excuses instead of taking personal responsibility for their negative thoughts and actions. Now, I've learned that our minds lean towards negative thoughts. Gosh, I can wake up and negative thoughts can create a whole movie. I could put an episode of Netflix with some of the thoughts that go through my mind. And granted, these seem really, really real. However, they're rarely real. And if I can get you to understand anything today, is the fact that you never want to take any of those negative thoughts seriously at all. When I actually have a negative thought frame, I immediately stop it. You can actually hum, or you can or anything to stop that negative thought. And I try to turn something into gratitude, or to show how blessed I am. And those are ways that I combat that personally. Everybody has a negative thought, guys. That's the first thing we all lead towards, is a negative thought. But I can tell you, those negative thoughts actually increase when you're in stressful situations, and can make things more overwhelming than they really need to be. So making sure you're practicing gratitude and being grateful is going to go a long way in combating these negative thoughts, because you can't completely erase them, but you can work around them and improve those negative thoughts and widely diffuse them in your life. So let's talk about 3 beliefs that a victim mindset usually holds. Number one of the beliefs that people with this mentality or mindset express is that bad things are going to happen to me, and they continuously happen to me. They repeat this over and over, and you may have just a gut feeling that this is you. So just write this down. If this is you, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just, it may be something that needs to be addressed. Number 2 belief is that it's not my fault, that it's someone else's fault. And guys, I see it every day. They blame everybody else but themselves. And that's just, we all make mistakes. We all need to have some grace for the mistakes we make, but we need to hold ourselves accountable and not blame everybody else. And we need to look inward. And the number 3 belief is that there is no point in changing, because change doesn't change anything, or change doesn't actually work. So those 3 beliefs can actually limit you from your potential. So if you're a new business owner, or if you're just a clinician, and I'm not saying just a clinician, but if you're a clinician in the workspace and you see maybe your work associates are claiming this victim mentality, or maybe you have these beliefs and you're listening to this for the first time, I hope this allows you to dive a little bit deeper to see what you're thinking, so that you can make a change. Now, these beliefs can actually require the help from outside people like a counselor, but I've also seen huge outside holistic sources. One process is called Body Coach, and another one is called Lift, and I believe that is LIIFT. These practitioners can help find those beliefs through use of muscle testing and autonomic nervous system, and actually help you dispel those beliefs so that you can overcome them. So if you can't overcome these, then it's not a bad thing to seek help for someone that can get you to that point. Then you can start controlling those negative behaviors and thoughts. Now, everybody's going to experience a victim mentality at different times in life. Actually, based on what you're going through, it just goes up and down, and you may be under a lot of stress. Many different things bring this identity out, but it doesn't mean that it's permanent. In fact, you may feel this mentality coming up and then be able to turn it around and look at your current situation to see what you need to learn. And if you practice thinking, okay, I can feel this festering up, what lesson is it that I need to learn? If you practice this and practice gratitude, you can actually decrease those negative thoughts that lead to feelings of you being a victim or feeling like you're a victim. Now, many rehab professionals have a victim mindset or mentality, and it's why we actually seek out to help others. It actually gives us the ability to deflect from our own situations. And I don't say this in a mean way. There is nothing wrong with that. It is wonderful that we help others, and that is what we're supposed to do, is help others. But if we are helping others just to deflect from our own personal problems, then I ask that you look inside to see if that's the reason you're helping others, and you fix that so that that pattern doesn't keep coming up for you. So what I've seen in the last 9 years of business is there's actually two types of victims that I see. And one is that professional that has the victim mindset or mentality for a moment. They can actually look within, they see the lesson, they're actually able to make an adjustment, and they step themselves right into a practice of gratitude. And then those people actually, they move forward. They can learn, they grow, they actually improve themselves and don't sink into that victimization, that victim identity. But the second one is the professional that actually embraces the victim mentality. And they do this, guys, they do it for life. They refuse to see their part in any of the problems. These people keep notes. They collect evidence of what others have done bad to them, and then they blame everyone for their own insecurities. Now, these people continue to repeat the same cycle their entire lives. So you may have seen both of these. Again, you may have stepped into that victim role yourself, which we all do at all times. But what I would ask you to do in honoring yourself is really look and see, are you that number one where you step in for a moment and you're able to change it around? Or are you that person that constantly lives it and it cycles and cycles and you blame everyone else but yourself? If you're that person, I hope and pray that you can break that cycle for your own self. Here's how I see it. Some professionals actually create their own storms, and then they get upset when it rains. Let's just take that into perspective for just a second. Now, if any of this resonates with you today, take notice of your negative thoughts. Stop those thoughts before it's too late so that you can actually make a change. And I'm going to just go through real quickly here. Here's 10 warning signs that you're actually playing a victim in the workplace. Number one, you complain all the time. All you do, complain, 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 complain. I tell you, these are the hardest people to work with because that's all you hear. It's complain, complain, complain. And it's always, everything is about them. They get jealous. These people are hard to be around. They get jealous of everybody else. Number three is you don't want any accountability or responsibility. Number four, you actually feel sorry for yourself and you see yourself in that victim role. It's everybody else's fault but yourself. Holding grudges. That's another thing that these that can show. One of the signs is that you hold a grudge and you don't let it go and move forward. You lack accountability or assertiveness. You don't trust anybody but yourself. You have an abusive behavior. You don't give over 100%. It's you give what you want to give and that's all you get. You care too much about what others think of you. Now, do you resonate with any of these traits? Here's some ways that you can improve them. Learn, 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 learn. By going inside, actually to see what you need to learn. See feel what you're feeling and see what you need to learn from the situation. Listen how you react, and listen when these negative feelings come on so that you can stop them. Don't believe everything that you think. Practice gratitude. Appreciate where you are today. Be in the right now today. Sometimes going inside and just going, okay, I can feel the ground, and really just feeling and being present, it can be very helpful. You need to learn to love yourself and to know that you are an awesome person, and give yourself self-love. You need to believe in yourself and the way you help others, but not just in believing in yourself and how you help others, but actually believing in you. You need to hold yourself accountable, learn to trust others, draw firm boundaries, and do it out of love, guys. The firm boundary is just an energy. It's not like a wall that you put up, okay? It's just knowing what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. And guys, that's just based on your energy. Again, it's not, don't put a brick wall up and shut someone out. Speak up. If you don't like something, tell someone you don't like it, and be honest and be authentic when you say it. And then when you go to confront someone, always confront them with love and better understand what they're going through and give them some grace, because guys, we are all doing the best that we can do, and we all make mistakes. Let's face it, we can't stop negative thoughts, but we can acknowledge them. We can know that they're wrong and that that is not us personally, and we can make sure that we're not going to act out on them. Now, I hope that this episode was good for you. If you do like it, please rate and review it for me. It'll only take a second of your time, and this will actually help another person maybe see that they're stepping into that victim identity, so that they can break that behavior and move forward and become the professional that they want to become. Now, I didn't do this episode today to make you think that I'm a counselor or anything like that. I'm far from that. I just wanted to come today with some personal experience and also be able to speak to this topic out of love, because I see so many of us that are rehab professionals that I see on a daily basis that all you want to do is to be able to help a client get better. But I also see this victim mentality overflowing into the reason that we went in to be a rehab provider. And I see it infecting us every day. So I hope this episode is helpful and brings out and dispels some myths around this and helps you better understand, so that you can seek out the care that you need, or maybe just read some books on it so that you better understand it and can start learning from these behaviors and start implementing how you can improve yourself and be that boss that you want to be. So take a second, rate and review the show, share this show with all of your work associates, your friends, your family, if you feel like it will help them. I greatly appreciate you sharing it out. And I do hope that it does help and support someone in some way. And I want to thank you again for joining me on all of these episodes. Again, please make sure that you're letting me know what type of topics you want on this show. This podcast has just been a great outlet for me to dig deeper, to be able to see our professional as a whole, where we're headed, and how we can take that road to be able to open a business and be the best business boss that we can be. Thanks again for joining, guys, and I will see you on the other side.